The recording was made at a specially arranged sitting of Hanan Swaffer's home circle, in the very room where Silver Birch has communicated through his trance medium for many years. Silver Birch begins with an invocation, then gives a typical example of the teachings which have made him world famous. He then applies his wisdom to answering questions of vital interest to spiritualists and others who seek knowledge of life here and hereafter. He concludes with a benediction. Here is Silver Birch to speak to you now.
Son Dennis, I am about to start.
Thank you for telling me.
May the power of the Great White Spirit bless you all. Let us follow our usual procedure and put on one side any thought of trouble, difficulty, fear, or anxiety. Let us try to achieve the closest possible harmony with one another, so that we become one in our desire to aspire to the highest that we can reach. And none and nothing can be higher than the Great White Spirit, the infinite power of divine love and wisdom, which is responsible for the boundless universe in which we live, and whose intelligence has devised and sustains all the natural laws that control and regulate every facet of being, whether mighty or minute, complex or simple. All operate according to inexorable laws that know no possible exception. We pay tribute to this supreme power which has revealed some of its wondrous truths that have extended the boundaries of our minds and given us a greater comprehension of who and what we are, and a clearer picture of the supreme power that broodeth through all and reigneth over all. And in this wondrous scheme, nothing and nobody can be overlooked, forgotten, or neglected. Care has been taken to sustain and provide every facet of being, no matter where it may be. We recognize, too, that we have behind us all the time, the mighty hosts of liberated beings, whose one desire is to serve us, so that we in turn may serve others less fortunate than we are. Because we have been helped and comforted and guided, let us always resolve that we may unfold whatever gifts have been bestowed on us, so that we can give solace to the bereaved, healing to the sick, guidance to the perplexed, strength to the weary, direction to all those who have lost their way, and provide the radiant illumination of truth in the darkness that engulfs them. This is the prayer of thy Indian servant who seeks always to serve. I am very happy to come amongst you and to bring my love and greeting from the world of spirit. I am aware of the special purpose of our gathering tonight, and so I thought it might be helpful if I would try to explain to those who will hear these words the purpose behind my mission and those of my colleagues who are animated by the same desire. To the uninitiated, I would say, I am a human being like yourselves. I have lived much longer than any of you who are listening to what I say. And as a result of my experiences in realms far beyond your earth, I have gained some knowledge of the great spirit that you call God, and of the natural laws which have been devised to ensure that the will of the Great Spirit will and must ultimately prevail. What I have learnt as a result of my experiences, I am willing to share with those who are ready to receive them, because I think they may be of helpfulness to them. I am not in any way a deity. I am still very human, capable of error, weakness, and imperfection. I have, like every one of you, a long, long way to go on the road to perfection. It is an infinite one. But Like others in my world, I was asked to retrace my steps so that I could offer some of the truth, the wisdom, the knowledge that we have gained and share it with you. At the same time, we would be able, with the aid of those who cooperate with us, to make available the supreme pour of the Spirit, which is responsible for all life, despite its multitudinous forms, so that this power can stream through gifted individuals and serve its benign purpose. In olden days, when this pour flowed, it performed certain remarkable phenomena which many today regard as miracles. I want to say that in the operation of natural law, they cannot be suspended or abrogated and must fulfill themselves in an ordered sequence as effect follows cause. Whatever has happened, however remarkable, stupefying, extraordinary, or wonderful in days gone by, it was due to the operation of natural laws. These operate not only in the physical domain, but also work ceaselessly in the spiritual realms. And when conditions allow, the spiritual, psychic, astral, and etheric laws can be brought into operation to perform what were regarded as miracles yesterday, but today are described as psychic phenomena produced through mediumship. No, a medium is one on whom there has been bestowed the gifts of the Spirit, which are ably described by the Apostle Paul in your Bible. These gifts are divinely bestowed, and their recipients, as they unfold them, are able to be used as channels for the divine beneficence to flow through them. All the phenomena of mediumship are due to the operation of spirit power. So that today you are witnessing exactly the same kind of manifestations that occurred in lands which were called holy and regarded as sacred. The Great Spirit does not change. The natural laws do not alter. They are in operation now by virtue of the fact that I, who once inhabited your world, am able to speak to you through a medium by utilizing the power of the Spirit. I want to explain also that we are part of a vast spirit organization, and we are pursuing what I would like to describe as the overall master plan, which is designed to ensure that the power of the Spirit will continue to express itself in your world and reach an ever-increasing number of people, to drive away their ignorance, error, and superstition, and to bring them into the radiant light of divine truth and knowledge, so that they can begin to live and fulfill themselves as they should, according to the purpose of their earthly incarnation. The power of the Spirit has constantly flowed into your world from time immemorial. Its descent, however, was only temporary and sporadic. The wonders that were worked, the signs that were given, the same truths that were pronounced were each time made available to the people of that day. Then there was decay, there was tampering with the knowledge that had been revealed for political, theological, and sometimes state purposes. Now, however, the power of the Spirit, because of the overall plan to which I have referred, is here to stay in your world. Why? because it is vitally necessary to do so. So many systems have failed to provide the direction which will enable the people who dwell on earth to find themselves and to live according to ideals that will enable the divinity which gave them life to express itself. The spirit has to be made prominent in the lives of all who dwell on earth. It is a very dark world in which you live. It is full of turbulence, violence, greed, envy. Mammon is being worshipped instead of the Great Spirit. False idols are still the ones which are the subject of adoration. The evidence that is available to you will, if you are reasonable, convince you that life, because it is spiritual in essence, cannot end when death comes to the physical body. Matter is only the husk. The spirit is the reality. Matter exists only because spirit animates it. When spirit, the life force, withdraws, matter crumbles into dust. But the spirit, which is the individual, does not crumble into dust. The spirit is immortal. It cannot die. Death is its second birth. Its first came when it was born into your world and began to manifest through a physical body. The second birth comes when the spirit says farewell to the physical body and continues in unbroken sequence its eternal path on the road of infinite progress. You cannot die. Life is deathless. So there is the evidence that you, an individual, immortal spirit, will continue after the death of your body. And everything that constitutes your individuality will persist. You will have consciousness, awareness, memory, power to reason, and to express love. For love is an aspect of the Great Spirit. Love in its highest form is divine. And love too, like life, is deathless. Why do we come back to you? It would be easy to say farewell forever to earth with all its heartaches, its problems, its sufferings, its trials, its difficulties. But we love you. And there are others who are bound to you by ties of love, just as strong. The marriage service performed in your churches refers to the existence of the marriage until death parts the man and his wife. If spiritually they are not united, they are parted before death comes. If there is love, there is nothing that will ever separate them. Love is a mighty force in the universe. It is love that is expressed by all the advanced beings in our world whose only desire is to serve you. We seek nothing for ourselves. We require no worship, no adoration, no gratitude. If we succeed in helping, all we ask is that you express your thanks to the Great Spirit, and because of what you have received, try to serve others.
Please turn your tape or cassette over at this point to hear the remainder of the recording.